Cardiff by the Sea is one of the smallest beach communities in San Diego, and once people spend a little time here, they tend to remember it. You have the beach, you have some of the better known surf spots in North County, a small little downtown pocket, lagoon trails, and homes overlooking the coast, all packed into this little section of Encinitas. But living here also comes with a pretty serious price tag. There's also limited inventory and two fairly different lifestyles depending on which side of the 5 freeway you actually do end up living on. So today I'm showing you what Cardiff actually feels like, what the different neighborhoods are like, and why this small beach town has such a loyal following. And if this is your first time here, I'm Chris Erickson with the Livin in San Diego real estate crew. My partner Cassidy, Lewis, and I, we were born and raised right here in San Diego. And if you are seriously thinking about making a move right here and buying a home, all of our contact info is right below. So after watching this, if Cardiff is the spot, let's chat. So Cardiff is technically part of Encinitas, but it's always had its own identity. It has its own zip code at 92007, its own small elementary school district, and a group of local businesses that people around here have been going to for years. And the easiest way to understand Cardiff is to look at the 5, the freeway cutting it right in half, because it basically divides the community into 2 different lifestyles. West of the 5 is the Cardiff most people picture. You have the beach, the town center, ocean view homes, and neighborhoods built into the hills right above the coast. East of the 5 tends to be more residential with flatter streets, more traditional yards, older homes mixed in with remodels and rebuilds, plus more condo and townhome options. So both sides of the freeway give you the Cardiff address and quick access to the coast, but your day-to-day experience can feel pretty different. Starting west of the freeway, this is where Cardiff gets most of its small beach town personality. The main commercial pocket sits around Chesterfield, San Elijo Avenue, and the Cardiff Town Center. And in the Town Center, Seaside Market is really the anchor there. You also have VG Donut, longtime staple, Bump Coffee, Pipes Cafe, Best Pizza and Brew, Waverly, and a few other small businesses and restaurants packed into a little small area. So you go out, grab a coffee, pick something up from Seaside Market, have breakfast at Pipes, or walk down there for dinner. And it gives Cardiff a town center without the size and activity you get in downtown Encinitas. And that's a big part of the appeal, a little bit more of that small town feel. You still have a few places where you can walk or e-bike to, but the area generally feels more residential and less touristy than some of the other coastal downtowns. Now the streets here rise pretty quickly behind the town center. The walking district is going to be the closest to the shops and to the beach. And those hills can definitely change the walkability or what you think is walkable, because a home could look very close to the beach and to that down center on the map, but that walk back up the hill can be a pretty good workout. Farther north, the Composer District has some beautiful streets and ocean views while feeling a little more removed from the main Cardiff town center. Across these coastal neighborhoods, you'll see older beach cottages, duplexes, some custom rebuilds, and some high-end homes overlooking the water. One thing Cardiff does, especially in this little area really well, is ocean views. A lot of the community was built in the hillside, so you're going to find views from a lot of those homes that aren't necessarily right next to the beach. Now you do have Coast Highway and the railroad tracks separating the residential neighborhoods from the actual beach. So Cardiff doesn't have some of the same collection of like true bluff-front homes that you're going to find in parts of Solana Beach or along Neptune Avenue over in Encinitas. But the beach is still the main attraction. Cardiff Reef is one of the better known surf spots in this part of North County, and the beach continues south from there towards Seaside with a long stretch of nice flat sand. San Elijo State Beach also has the campground sitting right above the coast, which gives the area a little more activity during the summer. I mean, actually throughout the whole year, you'll see a lot of people camping in there. The Coastal Rail Trail gives you a nice paved sidewalk going from Chesterfield all the way up to Swami's. It's great for walking, running, biking, take the kids out for scooters, go down there, watch some sunsets. It's really pretty views from up there. Then you have San Elijo Lagoon to the south, bunch more walking trails. They actually connected a lot of the trails, so you can do a full loop down towards Solana Beach, wrap around under the 5 and come back. So if you want to get out, you want to stretch your legs a little bit, this is a great spot to do that. You're also super close to Encinitas Community Park, large fields, playgrounds, a skate park, a dog park, and then right within the community you have Glen Park. It's a nice smaller neighborhood park near the town center. The bigger advantage is really the number of outdoor options you have within a few minutes of home. And near the southern end of Cardiff, you have Pacific Coast Grills, gives you a nice restaurant option right on the water. Now, east of Cardiff gets left out of a lot of conversations, and for plenty of buyers, that side may actually work better. Poinsettia Heights is one of the main neighborhoods over there. A lot of the original homes over there were smaller single-story homes, but over the years, there's been a bunch of remodeling. A lot of these homes have been expanded or completely replaced. But since that happens like one house at a time, the neighborhood has more of a custom feel. You'll see an older single-story home next to a larger rebuild, and then maybe a remodeled version of the original floor plan a few doors down. You'll also find a little bit more usable yards in a lot of these pockets, and the streets tend to feel a little more residential, with parts of the neighborhood neighborhood flatter, easier for walking around, sidewalks everywhere, easy to get out with the kids or taking the dogs out. And this side of Cardiff also gives buyers more housing variety. You have the detached homes, which you just mentioned. You have townhomes, you have some condos, a few detached condo communities. So for someone trying to get into Cardiff towards the lower end of the local price range, east of the 5 will probably give you more possibilities. Most people living over there are going to drive or e-bike down to the beach. You're also going to be a little closer to the larger shopping centers off El Camino Real. You also have Bobby Riggs Racket and Paddle Club. It's just east of the 5. So tennis and pickleball have become another part of the lifestyle on this side of town. That facility is currently open to the public, offers pickleball programs and court reservations. Now let's talk about the homes and what it actually costs to buy a home right there in Cardiff. Cardiff is expensive, even by coastal San Diego standards. Right now, at the time of recording this, the average home price is around $2.6 million. The range is pretty wide depending on the property, which side of the freeway you're on. The lower entry points will usually be condos, townhomes, or smaller homes east of the 5, while detached homes west of the freeway, especially newer properties or homes with ocean views, can sell well above that average. If you are buying there, you might have to accept a smaller home, an older property, a tighter lot, or something that needs a little updating. East Cardiff will usually give you more yard, a little bit more of that traditional neighborhood setup, while West Cardiff puts more of your budget towards the views, the beach access, and the small town lifestyle. Inventory is also limited. Cardiff has a small footprint and many homeowners stay there for a long time. So there may only be a few properties that match your budget and the preferred side of the freeway at any one time. Another thing about Cardiff is it has its own small elementary school district. Cardiff School currently serves kindergarten to 2nd grade and Ada Harris serves 3rd through 6th. After that, students usually move to the San Diego School District, so always verify the assigned schools for a specific property because attendance boundaries can always change. And if you're thinking about moving there, there's going to be a few day-to-day realities you should know about before you actually make the move. The coastal side has some narrow streets, limited sidewalks, some overhead utility lines, and usually smaller lots. Parking near the beach can definitely tighten up, and the Chesterfield crossing can get super busy on summer weekends. This is one of the main vehicle crossings connecting the neighborhood to the coast. And the hills can create views that people love, but they can also make a short walk or bike ride home feel much longer. Now the railroad tracks run directly through the west side of Cardiff, adding to some of that traffic getting through that little section off Chesterfield. But the Chesterfield crossing, it's got a designated quiet zone, so the engineer of the train, they don't usually sound their horn when they're going through that crossing. And the quiet zone covers roughly a half-mile track north and south of Chesterfield, rather than the entire rail corridor through Encinitas. You'll still hear the train if you live close to the tracks, and the engineers can still use the horn, but if there's some sort of safety concern, you're not gonna hear it like every day. And shopping inside Cardiff is relatively limited. You have Seaside Market and smaller local businesses, but most of your bigger grocery runs, Target trips, other errands you gotta take are likely gonna push you into Encinitas off the El Camino corridor. So who is Cardiff really a good fit for? So Cardiff's gonna work if you are someone who wants a smaller coastal community. You're actually going to use the amenities, the beaches, the trails, go hit up the local restaurants and support the local businesses. West of the 5, you get more of a village, a beach lifestyle. You get also a little bit tighter lots, higher prices on that side. East of the 5, you're going to have more of a residential neighborhood feel, more housing variety, and often a little more space while keeping you just a few minutes from the coast. And when you compare it to downtown Encinitas, Cardiff feels a little smaller, a little more residential. Leucadia is more spread out along Coast Highway. Solana Beach has a different mix of bluff front properties and a little bit of shopping around Cedros. And Cardiff packs a lot into a very small area, and that's a big reason people fall in love with it. And if you want to actually see it instead of just hearing me talk about it, go check out that next full vlog tour of Cardiff that's popping up right there. We walk you through both sides of the freeway on camera, hit the beach, hit the town center, hit all the neighborhoods we just covered, so you get a really good feel for the place before you ever step foot here. And I'm Chris Erickson with the Livin in San Diego real estate crew, and we got your back when making the move here to San Diego.